high hopes for the rotation based on what you saw early in the season, but with them on 3 consecutive weekends facing the top 3 offenses in the game and giving up just 19 earned runs in 9 games, did they show you anything different or enhance anything that they had done?
I wouldn't say anything differently, but it was good to see them performing the way they did against pretty good lineups. We just saw the Dodgers. Obviously, we know how good they are, but you just continue to stick to your strength mentality. Not giving those lineups hitters too much credit and just continue to believe in themselves. And it was, like I said, good to see them up to a big challenge and not shying away from any situations. And it was just pretty impressive. Also understanding that we still got ways to go, and then they're going to need to continue to make adjustments. They're going to continue to work hard, continue to receive information, provide us with feedback. But it was definitely a good sign to see those guys continue to do what they've been doing against pretty good lineups.
As for today, what did you like about the idea of Nimmo in the 2-hole?
I wanted the lefties out there. Obviously facing Adrian. We're pretty familiar with him, but I just felt like today was a good day. You could see not only with Nim in the 2-hole, but Jared, 5, Beatty. I wanted to stock up the lefties there, as much as I could, and that's what I like Nim there.
Howie on the left.
Hi, Carlos. You pretty much just answered it, but is that the reason that Young's in over Vientos, just for the lefty?
Yep. Yeah, I wanted the lefties. I mean, even though understanding they got 3 lefties out of the bullpen, but just felt like today and maybe the whole series with all the righties that we're going to be facing. It's going to be good to get those guys in there.
But otherwise, no issue with Mark and the abdominal?
No, he's fine. He's good to go.
Peter?
Just going back to Nimmo, just how nice is it to get him back in the lineup, and how have the last few days been, I guess, leading up to him getting back in there?
Yeah, so I knew I didn't have him on Saturday. Yesterday he was better, but we just decided to, let's give you another complete day, take, full day. And he was pretty convicted that he was pretty sure that, hey, I'm good to go tomorrow for the lineup. Not even available off the bench. I'm good to be in the lineup. So checked with him after the game last night, and that was the case. And, no issues now.
Will on the left.
Hey, Carlos. Francisco Alvarez made some significant changes over the winter to his swing mechanics. What kind of impact have you seen that have on him in either way, good or bad, so far?
Yeah, I think he's just been inconsistent, especially being on time to hit the fastball. That's the biggest thing. And when you're going through an adjustment like the way he did in the offseason, it was like complete transformation of his swing. It's going to take time. And then, he goes down, doesn't have a full spring training, then he's got to rehab. But the one thing we've seen here is, him not getting to a position to pull the trigger or to make good swing decisions. And I just feel like they're throwing fastballs by him, and it's part of the adjustment. I think he's working a lot of really good things, but he's going to have to continue to make some adjustments as we continue to go here. He's a good hitter, and hopefully that the work the past couple of days or the past week, that whatever he's working on, we start seeing some results now.
Other than time, has the hand injury had any impact on his power or any of those?
I don't think so. I think it's just more of him getting in a position where he can do some damage, not only make some good swing decisions, but being able to hit a good fastball, But I don't think the hands or any of that. Physically, he's fine.
Over on the right.
Oh, we saw Jose Siri running out there. Just what have you seen from him, and what are his next steps?
Yeah, so continues his running progression. That's the biggest thing, Right now, he's still just a straight line, nothing side to side or anything like that. I was just told he's one of the guys that are going to be facing. So Sean Manai has got a live VP on Thursday, and Jose is going to be one of the hitters. So that's, he took BP on the field yesterday, but the fact that now he's going to start facing some live pitching, that's good.
And Jesse Winker still shut down?
Yes, he's still, he's just doing a little bit of running and all that, but he's still ways away before he starts grabbing a bat.
Down the left.
Carlos, back to Alvarez. Talking about that transformation that he made in the offseason, are you still confident that's going to work?
Yeah, because he's still making adjustment and getting a feel for his mechanics. So I truly believe that he's gonna get there. But we got to give him time. Obviously, we got to continue to run him out there, continue to support him because he's a worker. He's a worker, and he's doing that with the hitting coaches. And hopefully, he goes out there today, and we'll see some really good at bats from.
He only played that one game, and since the 20th. I know you talked about how you were using him and Torrens, but did you give that to him as maybe time to work on things of only playing one game in a week, basically?
Yeah, that was part of the. So I told him, what was it, after the game on Friday late at night? I say, hey, you're gonna be down tomorrow. Let's watch film, and then after Saturday, I usually tell the guys who's down the night before, regardless of who they are. So when I went up to him on Saturday night and say, hey, I'm playing Torrens tomorrow, but make sure you use tomorrow's day as a really good work day, and he did. He was all up for it, and I'm curious to see how he looks today.
Gary?
Do you feel as though, with the way the roster is currently constructed, that Acuna's getting enough work to keep his development going in a positive direction, or does there come a point where he needs to go and play somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, especially with the last couple of days, once we got Jarrett here, and with the lefty, now you got Brett playing the way he's playing. So obviously, the playing time, the starts, and if we're going through a stretch where there's going to be a lot of righties. So these are some of the discussions. Obviously, we got to continue to help him. We got to continue to support him. He's part of the development, like when you're not getting every day at bat as a young player and you're so used to playing every day, it's hard to get on a rhythm. So we're doing everything that we can to kind of keep him sharp, but also understanding that playing time is huge at his point in his career. So, we'll go day by day, week by week, and, we'll go from there.
All right. Thank you very much, Carlos.